In this video, I'm going to be putting lead ballast into a spear gun. And typically what people do is drill holes into their spear gun after balancing it, of course. You know, stick it in a tank and figure out how much lead you need to achieve the balance you want in your spear gun. But typically what people have done is drill the holes and melted up some lead and pour molten lead to these holes. And then some people cover it up. I like to cover it up with a teak plug. And some people just leave it showing the lead. Really, it's more of a cosmetic thing, and I like to just cover it up. Gives it a much more finished look. So what I do, instead of melting lead in a lead pot, I just cut lead slugs out of 1/2-inch diameter lead wire, and you can buy lead wire from some online stores. You have to kind of search fairly deep on the internet to find lead wire, but it's out there. You can find it. And when I say lead wire, it's this stuff right here, and it comes in a coil. And I buy 25 pounds. About 25 pounds at a time, lead wire. But you know, I make a lot of spear guns, so you know, I buy everything in bulk. But you may be able to find some in small quantities. So what I do is I cut the lead wire to the length that I want to, and I use a bandsaw. Since lead's very, very soft, you're not going to be ruining your bandsaw blade. Okay, so here I have a woodworking bandsaw, and it's got a fairly coarse blade on it, and it's meant to cut wood. But since lead is so soft, like I was saying before, you could use a woodworking bandsaw to cut the lead. And what you want to do is position your fence the correct distance from your blade, and you want to straighten your lead wire first, make it as straight as possible. I use a soft rubber mallet and just tap on it to get a fairly straight rod, as you can see here. And let's see, the next thing you want to do is you just want to set everything up so that you know, you want to set things up, make sure everything's ready to go. Bring the bandsaw roller guides as low as possible, but allow some clearance there so you can maneuver. You know, and always remember to keep your hands away from the blade. Always exercise caution when working on the bandsaw, because you could easily cut your fingers off. So I have the fence set up a pre-measured distance from the blade, and I'm going to use a miter gauge here, and it slides in this slot, and it allows you to keep your lead perpendicular to the blade, so you get nice straight cuts. Once you're ready to go, turn the bandsaw on, and when you make a cut, make sure you go all the way through, bring it back, feed the lead in for the next one, and make another cut. So in this instance, I'm going to cut off 4 slugs for my spear gun. Now here I have 4 slugs, and this is what I'm going to insert into the gun. One thing about these slugs is when you cut them off on the bandsaw, they have sort of a burr on them, and you have to sort of take that burr off so that it slides easily in and out of the hole. So what I do is I usually do that on a belt sander. And I just touch up the edges so they're nice and smooth and round, and they don't hang up when you put them into the holes. Okay. Okay, continuing on with this gun ballasting procedure. First thing is you want to have everything ready. I have a paper plate here and a stick for mixing the epoxy. These popsicle sticks work really well for stirring up epoxy. And then I have the 4 slugs that I cut earlier, and those are ready to go. And also a single nitrile glove. I like these nitrile gloves because they tend to hold up better against chemicals and epoxy, and some masking tape. I'll be using a 5-minute epoxy. I like to keep these upside down so that all the resin flows to the bottom, and when I'm ready to squeeze out a certain amount, the resin's all the air is already gone to the top, or actually to the bottom since it's upside down. Air goes up and it fills the bottom, and it's ready to. You're not going to have any gaps in the flow of the resin as you squeeze down on this thing. So okay, so first thing I do is I take this gun and I just to keep the mess down, I do a mask, really quick mask here. For the other side. Make sure you got a good seal between the mask and the tape. I'm sorry, the wood. One for this side. One for this side. So it's nicely protected from any drips of the epoxy, and what I like to do is sort of pleat it or pinch on the corners so that it creates sort of a little tub here. And so any epoxy that tends to run off the sides is just going to be caught in these little pools here. Put your glove on, and the reason I put only one glove on is I use my clean hand to hold the gun and push the lead slugs into the holes. Oh, I forgot one thing. You want some sort of a tool to kind of push down on it. Once you get it, the slug down to the level with the surface of the wood, you want this to be able you want this so that you can push down further and sink that lead slug into the wood there. Oh, one last thing I almost forgot. Teak plugs. So I'm going to need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think I'm ready now.